Indian Bank for a moment and take a look at what's been happening there. And we've in fact got the management with us, Padmaja Chunduru, the MD and CEO, joining us today to take us through some of the latest news at the bank. Analysts believe that although the balance sheet for smaller PSU names have improved the return ratios for non-SBI banks, it largely still remains in single digits. So, if we could just run through that with you, Padmaja, and, understand if that's a fair assumption or not.
I can agree with you. Specifically about Indian Bank, I think I would be happy if the return on equity is on the high single digit. You would be aware that there has been no capital infusion into Indian Bank for the past so many years. So the bank has been running on its own steam. So the capital return ratios will improve in the coming year, and that's my expectation.
Right, Padmaja, so what is the further improvement that one can expect by FY19 end and FY20 in terms of improved profits as well as margins?
The NIM of Indian Bank is around 3% today, and we would expect it to go up to at least 3.15 to 3.2 in the coming 2 years. And profit definitely this year has been a bit subdued because of large corporate advances, about 4 or 5 big accounts slipping. And next year we don't see any such accounts on the horizon, and we expect that the profit figures would be much better in the coming year.
Afternoon, Padmaja. What exactly is the outlook when it comes to your overall stressed assets, and particularly your net NPA by the end of FY 19-20? Can you give us a flavor on the stressed asset resolution?
The stressed asset ratio of the bank is around 8.2. That includes the restructured and the NPA. That would come down in the coming year by at least 2 percentage points. With regard to the resolution of stressed assets, there are many assets both in NCLT and DRT, and also we are testing out the OTS on our own. There is an online OTS platform for the smaller loans. All these efforts are bearing fruit. In the current year, the net NPA may come down a bit from the December figures, definitely. But in the coming year, we would expect that the net NPA ratio would be below 7, gross would be below 7 and net would be below 4, definitely.
What is the quantum of exposure to the power sector, and what is the kind of trends you're observing on the asset quality front at this point of time?
The power sector, we have around 10,000 crores, but the exposure is mostly safe. The only exposure stress where we have is in the generation, private sector generation. These are also under resolution, and we don't see any further stress on the power sector going forward.
Right. Padmaja, there are also reports that Indian Bank is mulling an option to revive housing arm. Are these true, and if yes, what are your plans here?
Yes, we have been looking at reviving that in the bank housing, which has been sort of on the back burner for almost 7 to 8 years. We are looking at various options to revive that, and since it is a good NBFC and it is a deposit-taking license the company has, and it's a listed company, we are looking at various options, talking to various people, and we will come out with a clear-cut strategy once we have a chance to look at all these options.
Padmaja, appreciate you taking the time out and joining in. And yes, PSU banks are certainly the flavor of the day. Recently, Morgan Stanley as well has come out with their report where they see reduced tail risk, but structural challenges, they believe, for the sector as a whole remain. That's Indian Bank at 274.